pettegoli. Io ti penso raramente, te lo dico veramente. È bastato star dentro in un altro cappotto per capire che in fondo avrei rotto. Io ti penso raramente, ho diviso cuore e mente, anche se con fatica attraverso la vita, consapevole in fondo avrei rotto, invisibile per gli occhi tuoi sarò, che non avrai mai più curato di me, non ho avuto gusto io andando via, incredibile l'estranea che c'è in te. Io ti penso raramente, te lo dico veramente, è bastato star dentro in un altro cappotto per capire che in fondo avrei rotto. Io ti penso raramente, ho diviso cuore e mente, anche se con fatica attraverso la vita, consapevole in fondo avrei rotto. Io ti penso raramente, con la forza della mente, allontano i momenti che mi tornano veri, quando rara e radiosa mi venivi a cercare.
Lights flickering, I saw you coming through the glass. Took your seat and our eyes meet, and suddenly I can't relax. My body is quietly shaking. This feeling is something I don't know. What's this? Could you be my forever? What's this? Is it love at first sight? What's this? Will it be our story? Could you be my forever if forever was on this train ride? Headed home, I'm all alone, completely choked. And now I'm praying to see your face, fix my mistakes. I get your name, my mystery stranger. My heart is so frantically racing. This feeling is something I don't know. What's this? Could you be my forever? What's this? Is it love at first sight? What's this? Will it be our story? Could you be my forever if forever is on this train ride? If forever is on this train ride. My footsteps are feeling so heavy, but I have you dead at my sides. You smile as I make my way towards you, and I feel the sparks start to light. What's this? Could you be my forever? What's this? Is it love at first sight? What's this? Will it be our story? Could you be my forever if forever was on? What's this? Could you be my forever? What's this? Is it love at first sight? What's this? Will it be our story? Could you be my forever if forever was on this train ride? Could you be my forever if forever
watch out for my mind. It might be walking out on me today. Don't tell my heart, my achy, breaky heart, I just don't think it understand. And if you tell my heart, my achy, breaky heart, he might blow up and kill his man. Just don't think he'd understand. And if you tell my heart, my achy, breaky heart, he mightn't blow up and kill this man.
Radio Swiss Pop.
I know that you can't see your tomorrow today. Will you let go, let go? Can I hold you, can I make it feel okay? You're coming alive, cry a tear, joy, cry a tear of pain. You're coming alive, beauty's gonna wipe the fear away. I see wonders, wonders in a broken world, hidden under, underneath the dirt. Wonders, wonders in a broken world. Tell me, do you see what I see? Wonders, wonders in a broken world, getting stronger for every boy and girl. Wonders, wonders in a broken world. Tell me, do you see what I see? So deep and down, and I know just how you feel in that place. But take a look around, there's a million little sparks of a golden age. We're coming alive, cry a tear, joy, cry a tear of pain. We're coming alive, beauty's gonna wipe the fear away. I see wonders, wonders in a broken world, hidden under, underneath the dirt. Wonders, wonders in a broken world. Tell me, do you see what I see? Wonders, wonders in a broken world, getting stronger for every boy and girl. Wonders, wonders in a broken world. Tell me, do you see what I see? I see wonders, wonders in a broken world, hidden under, underneath the dirt. Wonders, wonders in a broken world. Tell me, do you see what I see? Wonders, wonders in a broken world, getting stronger for every boy and girl. Wonders, wonders in a broken world. Tell me, do you see what I see? I see wonders all around the world. Signs and wonders all around the world. I see wonders all around
Wir bitten Herrn Brandstätter, Herr Madl, richtet um bitte. Herr Brandstätter, Herr Madl, bitte. Mit Skizze, wenn es geht. FEI Nations Cup Young Riders Lamprechtshausen 2023. We have a length of the course of 490 meters with a time allowed of 79 seconds, created by Franz Madl, Markus Brandstätter and Hannes Fuchs. And we have 6 teams
So back, excuse me, back underway here with our Nations Cup action. It's the young riders now that we turn our attention to here on Clip My Horse live from Lamprechtshausen in Austria. We've just seen the Italian team take the victory for the children on horses. It is now to the young riders and to Maria Christine Sebesta, who gets us underway for Austria here. This is a new ride, their first international outing, and they got the job of Pathfinder. Not the best start to their career, but hopefully they make the very best of it. It's never easy going first in competitions like this, but we wish them the very best of luck, of course. So it is a 2-round competition for this Nations Cup with the top 8 teams, or in fact in this one it'll be the top 6 teams coming back for that second round to contest. But an early rail on the 4 here for Marie and for Gaffney. The track measured at 490 metres per minute, the pace expected of 375 metres per minute, which is a little bit more than we saw in the children on horses, of course. An extra 25 metres per minute required from these horse and rider combinations, giving a time allowed of 79 seconds. We're on 12 at this stage, making our way across the ground here as the opening rider for Austria. Inside the time, 74.99, but it will be a total of 12, then 12 scored to get us started with Austria. Italy join us fresh off the back of a victory in the children on horses section. This is Lucrezia Maria Nicola, who comes forward as the next. This combination took a top 10 finish in the 2-star Grand Prix of Onago. They were 10th in San Giovanni as well, so a good springtime. Stanibis is the ride by Staccato. This 11-year-old gelding Stanibis.
Per la squadratura Lucrezia Maria Nicola is Danavis.
Well, again, it's inside the time, but tips a rail there with the first ride for Italy. Lucrezia Maria Nicola and Stanabes finishing up on that score of 4. But again, with that, the majority of the teams in this one bringing forward 4 rides, just one who isn't. It is Italy who have the advantage of a drop score as well. We turn our attention to Germany now. Germany, who finished up second, in fact, in the children on horses. This is Annika Betts with Mr. Fuchs, who comes forward as the partner. A combination with a string of under 25 Grand Prix placings. This is the former ride, in fact, of Marco Cuccia. An early rail falls, though, the wavy plank that caused a couple of problems in that opening round. For the children on horses, in fact, a little while ago. And another one falls in the midway stages as well. Again, proving a little bit of a test this evening for the young riders.
It was 9 penalty rounds for the team Germany, Mr. Fox and Annika Betts. It was 8 at the obstacles and 1 for time, 79.71.
8 jumping, 1 for time there with Annika and with Mr. Fuchs. So it is another ride that faults in the opening stages here. The first one we've seen in excess of the time allowed. 8 jumping, 1 time with Annika Betts. To Great Britain now, and Ava Vernon, who comes forward. Volney de Choc Z is the partner. This is by Vivaldi de Senor. A combination with a good run of form at the 3 and 4 star level. 140 and 145 competitions on the CV. Ava Vernon and Volney de Choc Z. Going well so far, keeping up that pace all the way for Ava. Could this combination give us our first clear in the CSI Young Rider Nations Cup? No. It is 4, I'm afraid. 71-77 and 4 there with Volney de Choc Z. The final fence falls, I'm afraid. And we continue our search for the first combination to jump a clear in this opening round. So far, Austria with a 12 fault round, Italy with a 4 fault, Germany with 8, and Great Britain with 4. Of course, those scores all dropped at this stage and cancelling each other out. But it will come into play a little bit later on as we turn our attention to the first of the rides for Switzerland. Joining us now, this is Joanna Schnildket, who comes forward as the next. Victor Double N will be the partner here. This is a combination that took part in the Nations Cup of Centaur earlier on in the year, taking 3rd on that occasion.
durch die Strassen ziehen, uns in die Ewigkeit einmal wieder sehen. Wenn der ganze Stress sich in Luft auflöst.
Well, testing time so far. It's another one with a couple of rails down along the way. Then, in fact, in this opening round with Switzerland's Joanna Schildknecht and with Victor Double N, in fact. Carla Vanko, who comes forward now. Schkelly is the ride this time. This the second of the rides for the team from Austria, the home team, of course, here at the Lamprechtshausen. And this combination with great form at the big fences, with 4-star placings all the way up to the 145 level. And in fact, that's what we find ourselves with here today. It's a 145 track set by Franz Medal. But an early rail that falls, in fact, with the combination here on track, Carla Vanko and Schkelly. Well, again, another line that's proving to be quite influential on the rundown from 6 to 7 there. We saw a similar curve in that Children on Horses competition, and again, it caused a lot of problems. And the same being the factor here as the combination next on track at 9A, B and C jumps fine. But the second ride for Austria finishing there on a score of 12.78.59, so sneaks inside that time. But 12 scored with the Austrian combination at this stage, which means the best the team can hope for in the opening round is a score of 12. One of the two becomes a drop score, and 12 is the score for the team at this stage. Italy coming forward to contest as the next. The first of the rides for Italy picking up a score of 4. Now Mila Luciani Polizzi who comes forward. This is JB van der Doornhaag. 14 years of age by Kashmir van Schkuderschaft, the gelding that comes forward. And again, this combination with good form at the 2 and 3 star level. A couple of Grand Prix placings. And a first fence on the ground, I'm afraid. It is not the start they'll have wanted, but they've got to just shake it off now and keep moving forward. Nothing you can do about it at this stage. Interesting to see the triple bar so early on in the competition. And then that wavy plank just to really challenge the riders and make sure they're well balanced and riding dynamically on that short curve. Could be in danger of time as well. It is 79.19. The final fence goes and 1 for time. 13 is the final score for Italy. So the drop score there becomes that 13 and keeping them on a score of 4 at this stage for the team. As we continue on to Camilla Cabello as the ride of Tabea Markgraf, who comes forward as the next for Germany here. 9 years of age by Sharman that comes forward here. a gelding on track. Again, 9 the score for the first of the German riders. We've yet to find ourselves with a clear in the opening phase of this Young Rider Nations Cup competition. We're going to have to wait a little while longer as well as that line up the diagonal comes into play. All good for time. For a very quick round indeed, but again, it's another rail that goes. Faults coming from all sectors of the course, and 12 is the final score with Germany's Tabea Markgraf and with Cabello.
And now, ladies and gentlemen,
we turn our attention to the 3-rider team from Hungary who come forward as the next. So they skipped out of the first round with just 3 rides coming forward, but of course they do not get the luxury of that drop score. The Children on Horses team competition a few moments ago here, we saw Hungary take the bronze medal position in that one, as we look then to Lauren Lucas, who comes forward with Edward Zed in just a moment's time.
The starting time for the ponies approximately 50 minutes past 8. The starting time for the ponies approximately 15 minutes past 8. 20:15 Uhr vorsichtiger Beginn der Ponyprüfung.
So not entirely sure what the delay is on the ground there. We'll update you as soon as we get some information from the team on the ground. At the moment, looking at the scores, Austria carrying 12, Italy carrying 4, Germany on 9, Great Britain on 4, and Switzerland also on 8, in fact, at this stage, but all still to play for in the very early stages of this team game. And, of course, Nations Cup format with 2 rounds of competition.
The Hungarian leader rider Lauren Lukács is ready and she's on the way in the arena.
So good to go, and we get back underway here. Lauren Lukács, who comes forward with Edward Z for the Hungarian team. Just 3 rides fielded for Hungary, so no drop score will be applicable to them. Lauren here with Edward Z then. This is a former ride of Hungarian Rodrigo Juhaj, in fact, who we saw in the team for the children on horses just a short while ago. They had good success together, and the ride now passing on to Lauren in the early part of this year. It is Edward Z, a 9-year-old son of Emerald. And again, it is that line causing the problem. 6 and 7 that fall. And I think 8 went as well there. It did indeed. A total of 12 now, just like that in one single line. The fortunes change drastically. They make up for it nicely in the combination. They're coming through there faultlessly. Fence 10, in fact, that goes as well. First time we've seen that one fault. And a little bit of miscommunication at the water, but no fault there. They complete the course. 76.45 and 16 is the score for the first combination from Hungary.
Julia is in the course now, the Dutch gelding.
Golia now. This is Red Morgan for Great Britain coming forward as the next. This a long-standing partnership with a good string of placings at the 145 level. Red, an avid pony competitor on the national circuit and moving out internationally now, setting his sights on the very top levels of the sport. What can he do with Golia? So again, still looking for our first clear. This line has been problematic for a lot of riders. What can Golia make of it? Safely through the first 2 elements. Yes, and out the other side as well. Could we get our very first faultless round? The final fence, of course, has proved a problem a couple of times as well, so it's not over until you're safely through that finish. By no means a foregone conclusion in this one. Up and over the water as well. One from home, half an eye on the time as well, but it is clear all the way, 77.01. We get our very first clear. It comes from Great Britain's Red Morgan and from Golia, 77.01. So we dropped the 4 scored so far for Great Britain. They are the only team on a score of 0 at this stage. As the second rider for Switzerland comes forward, this is Lucy Barbeau, Dolly Buster 4. The son of, or daughter rather, of Diamant de Semi. 13 years of age now. Little brick out of the wall there again, as we discussed earlier. So easy to take those fences down. They look fairly solid, but really is nothing to them, especially the coping stones on top. They take absolutely nothing to bring them down for there with Lucy at this stage, but safely through one of the trickier lines on the track. But I'm afraid pick up a rail at fence number 8 as well. That front rail comes crashing down to take them up to a score of 8. Final fence goes also. She comes off the side there. It is through the finish, so it won't affect the score. We'll just give the team there a few minutes to get themselves organised. You can see how she was just popped out of the saddle slightly at that final fence. She looked like she might just recover, but really sadly not. As we say, through the finish, it does not affect the score. It will be a total of 16 for Lucy. But the most important thing is, hopefully, she's okay.
Ja, wir hoffen, dass Lucy Barbeau mit dem Schrecken davon gekommen ist. 12 Springfehlerpunkte müssen wir für das Team Schweiz 2016.
So onwards we go then, hopefully all okay with Lucy, as we turn our attention back to the Austrian team now, the home team with Cancun 18. And Elizabeth Naus coming forward as the next. This combination we saw, in fact, in the Nations Cup competitions of Hagen and Lamprechtshausen, in fact, in 2021, with a good placing in both competitions. 2 rides gone for Austria so far on the score of 12. I'll update you on what happens with the Swiss rider, who we seem to have missed. Oh no, the score through now for, of course, our previous ride with Lucy of 16 confirmed by the ground jury.
Oh, Austria.
Oh, what a real shame.
4 penalty points on the water.
Really, really unlucky. It is, in fact, a foot in the water. The eagle-eyed amongst you will notice the judge's hand go up on the right-hand side. A splash landing in the water, and that brings about 4 at this stage, with Austria's Elizabeth Naus and Cancun 18. Takes the total for Austria up to 16. As we turn our attention back to Italy now, Giorgio Bellotta comes forward. Emma Santos is the ride by Emilion, as the name suggests, this 9-year-old gelding. An early rail, though, tipping the wavy plank. Fence 3 that falls, as it has for so many. And again, a brick out of the viaduct wall for 4 there. And another one that falls foul of that little S-bend line from 6 to 7 to 8. Starting to make a little more sense of it, these riders, but still it is proving a problem. And another one that comes down, coming out of the combination, up to 16 now there for Giorgio Bellotta.
Points for Giorgio Bellotta.
So the final score of 16 then, 78-86, sneaking inside the time, but it will be 16 the score there. What does that do with the score for Italy? The drop becomes 16, and the score goes to a total of 17 at this stage for the Italian team. Over to Germany once again, and it's the ride of Julian Holzmann now. Iberia 30 will be the partner this time. A combination we saw last August in Hagen, taking top spots in the under-25 Grand Prix. Germany needing a clear, but they're not going to get one from this combination, as we've just seen that wavy plank once again come crashing down. A lot of questions asked in this one by our Austrian course design team. Problems coming into that double as well at 5A. And fence 8 falls as well to take us up to 12. You can hear the slightest touch that brings them down. These rails not taking much at all. So finishing up on the 12 then for Germany's Julian Holzmann and Iberia 7601 and 12. Up to 21 the score then for Germany. Hungary joining us now as Anna Simiska comes forward. Hermanta B will be her partner. Again, another big jumping horse with placings, in fact taking the top spot in the 145 of Zadukovic back in April. This one by Dakar VDL. The 11-year-old Hermanta B comes forward. So again, just 3 rides in this Nations Cup competition fielded by Hungary. So all 3 scores will count. Currently on a score of 16. Add 4 to that one because that brick's just come out of the wall at fence number 4. So tipping that rail at 6. A little rattle at 8, but that one looks like it stayed in the cups. Carrying 8 at this stage. Again, that S-bend line from 6 to 7 to 8, it's a real subtle curve between the three fences. But it really has caused a few problems. That slight change of balance required. So subtle along the way. And a foot in the water as well to take them to 12 into time, and 13 is on the scorecards for Hungary's Anna Simiska and Hamanta. 12 jumping, 1 for time. 29 is the score then, with Hungary in the opening round here, and another ride to come still for them as we turn our attention to the third of the rides for Great Britain now. Sophia Kelly comes forward with Rio Bravo Z. Great Britain at the moment on a 0 score. The first rider on 4, the second rider clear. So 0 is the effective score at this stage. The
Michelle, please leave the arena. Switzerland.
Lead in the early stages for Sophia Kelly and Great Britain.
Next to go for the team Great Britain, Rio Bravo Set and Sophia Kelly.
So this combination have been together for a good few years, 3 years in fact, and they have a good amount of 2- and 3-star international success together. 10 years of age now, this gelding by Rodrigo Vidiel. Jumping really well together as a partnership. You can see that long-built relationship of trust between the two. They may be in a little danger of time, though. Should just about get there. 79 seconds the time allowed in this one. Sophia Kelly, in fact, she's a good few seconds inside. 76, 77. And it is a commanding lead in the early stages of this one for Great Britain and Rio Bravo Z, carrying that score of 0 with 3 rides gone. Of course, no guarantee of success. We saw in the previous competition for the children on horses, Hungary came into that second round with a 0 score. They ended up taking the bronze medal. As we turn our attention to Switzerland now, and Michelle Harb, who comes forward with Leighton van Equinta. This is the third ride then for the team for Switzerland. They placed 4th in Zadukovic back in April in the 135 competitions there, but another one with an early rail down in this Young Rider Nations Cup competition.
12 filament points for the team.
A total of 12 then for Michelle, 74-40 with Leighton Van Quinter. 12 scored with Switzerland.
Second place, Austria with 16, Italy 17, Switzerland 20.
So Switzerland finish up on a score of 20 after 3 riders have jumped.
The next competitor, the Austrian rider David Moser, horse lost the shoe. We have to wait for him regarding the FEI rules.
So just a slight delay in proceedings with a lost shoe. In fact, if you're listening to the arena feed as well, it will be David Moser who will be next away, but we'll just take a look at the leaderboard at this stage. Great Britain out in front, that score of 0, and a commanding lead at this stage. Second with Austria on 16, third with Italy on 17, and fourth with Switzerland on a score of 20, but all still to play for. Things start to become a little more clear with the fourth rides coming forward in just a moment's time from each of our teams.
We are in the FEI Nations Cup, young riders, and still in the lead, the team of Great Britain with clear second place Austria with 16.70 pounds at the moment for Italy, 20 for Switzerland, 21 Germany, and 29 Hungary. Weiter geht es hier, alles wieder in Ordnung mit der Bereifung von Chica Blue, jede Oldenburger Stunde von Jaco Blue und David Moser, Österreich, Austria.
So a short break as the horse had thrown a shoe, but we do get back underway with the final ride in this opening round of Nations Cup competition with Austria's David Moser. Chica Blue 2 is the ride. Again, part of the Nations Cup team of Gorla Minore last month, and a combination with a couple of good placings at the 2 and 3 star level as well. But a lot of work to do. The team on a score of 16 so far. A faultless round here would really help them out. Looking pretty good so far. A lot of the big questions asked and answered successfully at this stage for David. Confident ride into that water, and now just sitting the horse back up for the final fence. They're up and over. It is clear all the way, 75.62, and the home team have a glimmer of hope. It is clear all the way for Austria's David Moser and for Chica Blue 2. So Austria will finish round number 1 on a score of 16.
Igor van
Vanderhoef, who comes forward now. Italy's Filippo Jordan Pagangriso on board. Again, the team for Italy carrying 17 at this stage. Team to beat, though, at this stage. It is Great Britain out in front on a potential 0 score. A maximum of 4, in fact, in this opening round, as Filippo just takes the plank there at fence number 3. Coming home with a score of 8 then for Italy's Filippo Jordan Pagangriso and Igor van Vanderhoef. What does that do to the scorecard for the team? They will finish on a score of 25 from this first round, 25 the final score in round number 1 for Italy. Continuing on, Germany's Luis Jobst, who comes forward now. Chaco Bay is the ride. This one by Chaco Blue, as the name suggests. 14 years of age, with good placings at the 2-star level at the 140 fences, and indeed in the under 25 rankings as well. The team for Germany carrying a score of 21 at this stage. 3 rides gone, 2 of them on 12 and 1 of them on a score of 9. Yeah, really nicely done. Great jumping on display from Germany's Luis Jobst, and Chaco Bay jumps the clear. So Germany finishing up round number 1 on the score of 21 at this stage. 3 teams still to contest here in the opening round. The final ride for Hungary. This is Lia Czechensti. Amor comes forward as the ride. This combination taking the top spot in Zadukovic back in the early part of the year. They were also part of the team that took second in the Nations Cup of Samarin last September. The Hungarian team, as we've said, with just 3 rides fielded for this Young Riders Nations Cup. So no drop score available. They currently sit on 29. Leah looking to keep that as the maximum at this stage. It's clear for jumping. Should just sneak inside the time as well. This is good. 77.71. Very nicely done for the Hungarian combination. Jumping clear there for the Czesensky and for Hamor. So Hungary finish up round number 1 on a total of 29 penalties.
Top performance of the Hungarian
2 teams left to go in this opening round, and next we'll turn our attention to the current leaders, to Great Britain, on the score of 0. It is Jessica Hewlett who comes forward as the next, riding here with Ilmar HBC, a 10-year-old gelding with 3-star placings up to the 145. In fact, Jessica competing well with a very strong string of horses across the course of the last year or so. The clear here would take Great Britain through to that second round with 0 scored. Worst case scenario, they're coming out of round number 1 with 4. Either way, they'll have a commanding lead, and in fact it is the first rail that falls, so 4 is the score for the British team from this first round.
Radio Swiss Pop. Music. Pure.
I left my heart at a watering hole somewhere in small town Ohio.
Well, another rail that falls there, but again, this will become the drop score for the team. Not that it'll make much difference to the scoring. And we do finish up on 8 there for Jessica Hewlett and Ilmar HBC, but the drop score of 8, and Great Britain head forward to the second round on just 4 penalties, and 1 more to go for the team from Switzerland. We'll turn our attention to
Switzerland.
Tiziana Baumann, who comes forward to conclude this opening round of the Young Rider Nations Cup. SD Chamarco is the partner here, a 14-year-old Chaco Blue Side gelding. Again, a couple of good placings on the international stages, up to the 140 and 145 levels. What can they make of the track here set by Franz Marl and the team? Well, an early rail falls again, and the score of 20 is to be added to at the moment for the team from Switzerland. She'll be happy to come home on just the 4, but it's not, I'm afraid. That final fence plays its part as well, and 8 will be the final score with Switzerland's Tiziana Baumann and SD Chamarco. So 28 will be the final score from the opening round for Switzerland before we head forward to the second round of competition.
Hungary, number 2 Switzerland, number 3 Italy, number 4 Germany, number 5 Austria, and number 6 Great Britain.
So again, all 6 teams will contest that second round, and they'll come forward in reverse order of merit. So first away, we'll see the Hungarian team, then the Italians on 25, the German team on, in fact, no, scratch that. It is Hungary is the first team on 29, Switzerland is the second team on 28, Italy will be the third team on 25, then Germany on 21.
Ground clear, please.
Then the Austrian team on 16, before we see on a score of 4 Great Britain, who lead into the break in just a few moments' time. But it is a short break for arena maintenance. We get back underway with our Youth Nations Cup action in a few moments' time. But it's Great Britain who lead the way at the halfway stage.
Second round, the young rider, like all other Nations Cup, with the pole on the water in the second round, with the pole on the water.
zeg leuk dat ik begrijp. Als er immer in mijn hart staat piep, ik glaube de wind me waait. Naar de wijn stappen, vind ik tijd me zeg maar weer. Naar de wijn stappen, vind ik tijd me zeg niet meer. Naar de wijn stappen, vind ik tijd me zeg maar weer. Naar de wijn stappen, vind ik tijd me zeg.
And now we come to the individual riders, Young Rider FEI Nations Cup, and we start with Konstantin and Sophia Burgdorf, Germany.
The wind blows hard against this mountainside, across the sea into my soul. It reaches into where I cannot hide, setting my feet upon the road. My heart is old, it holds my memories. My body burns a gem-like flame, somewhere between the soul and soft machine is where I find myself again. Kyrie eleison, down the road that I must travel. Kyrie eleison, through the darkness of the night. Kyrie eleison, where I go, it will follow. Kyrie eleison, on the highway in the light.
1200.73.8 seconds, Sophia Burgdorf and Konstantin for Germany. Quintes, the Danish warm blood, now in the course with the Vita Vismerit, Lithuania. Twelve per revanche, 2 Vita Vismerit and Quintes, Lithuania in time of 74.93 seconds. Balkan du Villon by Nawab Deref, Zel Francais and Maria Vittoria Morelli, Italy. Twenty-one penalty points, including one for time, 79.98 seconds. Maria Vittoria Morelli and Balkan du Villon. Liscina Liquin is 90 course and Elena Tatti, Italy.
I read the book you read, tasted the words you said. Our story's darkening with time. One fading afternoon.
9 penalty points, including one for time, 79.52 seconds in the lead. Liscina Liquin and Elena Datti. Philippe Sobies by Billy King and Sarah Gruber, Germany.
You hit it all for me. And I miss you forever. Let's hope we've always survived. Yeah, put on a night I don't care. Put on a dark and not scared. Scared not to find as
Und das war leider das vorzeitige Aus für Sarah Gruber und wir Lipso best. The riders eliminated for the second disobedience. Janam is now in the course back Holland and Yannick Goulion in out Italy. Four better bond, 76.9 bond seconds in the lead. Yannick Goulion in out and Shadam. Quinta Besons that is now in the course with Tallulah Mackenzie Smith, Great Britain. First per rebound, 78.27 seconds. Tallulah Mackenzie Smith and Quinta Besons Z. Castar de Lobry, next to go. Belgium, Warmblood Gelding by Navab Teref and Gustavo Spiera, Italy.
up and down. There is no option here, there's no easy way to get out. It's still the same. Up and down. There's no road ahead, no way leads us out.
#23 per rebound, free for time, 81.81 second, Gustavo Spera and Castor de Lobry. Diont by Valent now in the course, and Vincenzo Maietta, Italy. Just for rebound, 78.03 seconds, Vincenzo Maietta and Dion De. Baron d'Aventure by Diamante Semeli on Tommaso Arricca, Italy. Eight per rebound, 77.39 seconds, Tommaso Arricca e Baron de Aventure. Si inserisce al secondo posto nella classifica. Last to go, Colmara and Margot Palazzi, France.
Glad that you are here, share my world.
18 Berrimont, 2 for time, 80.4 seconds, Margot Balatti, France and Colmara. For the prize giving ceremony has to be ready. Yannick Julom, Xenat, Tommaso Aricca, Elena Tatti, Sofia Burggraf, Evita Vismerite and Vincenzo Maietta. The best 6 riders for the prize giving ceremony. Prize giving. Prize giving. Please enter for a prize giving ceremony. Preisgiving ceremony, CSO Lamprechtshausen 2023, Young Rider Individuals FEI Nations Cup. Und zwischen dem Belan eingesteckt mit seiner neuen Paradedecke steht das siegreiche Pferd Jardam. Im Sattel ihr Sieger Yannick Guillaume, Senat, Italy. Komplimenti. Und an dieser Stelle, meine sehr verehrten Damen und Herren, darf ich Sie bitten, sich von Ihren Plätzen zu heben. Wir ehren den Sieger mit der Hymne seiner Heimat Italien. Please, ladies and gentlemen, rise for the national anthem of Italy. Fratelli d'Italia, komplimenti Yannick Guillaume. Die Glückwünsche seitens der internationalen Jury werden überbracht durch Dr. Ahmad Yasmati aus Syrien in Begleitung für die Turnierleitung von Frau Jennifer Häusler-Kölner. Second place, also for Team Italy, Baron de Aventure, Tommaso Arica. The third place for the best lady rider, also from Italy, Lishan Harlequin and Elena Tatti, Italy. The fourth place for Germany, Konstantin and Sofia Purtov. And I'm very happy to present also the fifth, once more in the prize giving ceremony, Quintes, Evita Vismerite, Lithuania. And on the sixth place, Diane Ten Vincenzo Maietta, Italy. Thank you for the prize giving ceremony, and now the lap of honor, please, with your winner, Yannick Guillaume, Italy.
c'est dans nos livres et nos chansons.
Mais c'est jamais là pour de bon.
Dis c'est quand, mais qui nous entend? L'accord, l'harmonie, la raison.
N'est-ce qu'un rêve, une illusion?
La fin du sang des gens.
Mais quand la sagesse, quand l'âge de raison, l'âge de courage.
Mais qui sommes-nous vraiment? Dis c'est quand?
Le discernement, la prudence avant le jugement. Un jour enfin plus tolérant, oui, mais
Quand? La justice quand?
Combien de discours en avant?
Definitely starting time for the pony class 8:40, definitiv. The starting time for the ponies 20:40, 20:40.
Lay down my head and let it all come to me like a gentle breeze. Catch my eye and the look on your face makes me shiver inside. We've been here before 100 times, 100 times. Nothing like today. I never felt more sure and alive. No need to talk. It is all in the air between us. You should know I'm free like the wind, and I could be gone in the blink of an eye. You should know that I am free like the wind, and I could be gone in the blink of an eye. Doesn't mean I love you less, baby. Doesn't mean I love you less, baby. Doesn't mean I love you less, baby.
2 minutes to go, second round Nations Cup, 2 minutes to go.
Lay down your head. Lay all the thoughts haunting you down to rest. Sugar, you're my treat. When I allow myself to be with whom I really want to be. We've been here before 100 times, 100 times. Nothing like
Second round FEI Nations Cup Young Riders. Lamprechtshausen.
So here we go. The action gets back underway here at Lamprechtshausen. It is the second round of the Young Rider Nations Cup. We saw before the break the Great Britain team taking over the top spot, carrying forward a score of just 4 penalties in this opening round. And in fact, it's Switzerland who will get us started. 28 penalties carried forward. Joanna Schildknecht, who comes forward with this one. Victor Double N will be the first away. Again, no strangers to Nations Cup competitions. They know it is the long game. And again, that drop score coming into play in this second round. If there is an equality at the end of the second competitive round, we will, of course, find ourselves in a jump-off against the clock to determine top spot. We'll see how it plays out with Switzerland's Joanna Schildknecht, the first away, Victor Double N. Now this combination just picked up a couple of rails in the opening round. 8 was their score. One of the better rounds for their team, but of course always room to improve, and they'll be looking to regroup and rebalance coming into this second round. Going nicely so far through the opening stages of the course. This line from 6 to 7 to 8 caused so many problems in the opening round, and it could well cause some here as well. You can see the horse and the rider just questioning the stride on the way in there, but they make it safely through. Good jumping from Joanna there. 6, 7 and 8 safely clear. That's one of the biggest questions on track, but the combination that faults instead at fence 9A. In fact, if memory serves, that's the first time we've seen that rail fall in the competition so far. Up and over that water and over the last as well, so it is an improvement on the previous score from the Swiss rider. 4 for jumping, clear for time. 4 is the score with Victor Double N. At the moment, of course, that doesn't impact the score. That would be dropped at this stage, keeping the team on a score of 28. Onwards we go, and it is Lucrezia Maria Nicola who comes forward now for Italy. Stanibus is the ride. Looking like perhaps, in fact, we're not going to see the Hungarian team. Perhaps they've elected not to jump off in this second round, as they should have been first away. We'll seek clarification on that from the ground jury as we go. But Stanibus the next away for the team from Italy. Again, this combination just tipped an unlucky rail in the opening round of jumping here for the Young Rider Nations Cup. Yeah, really nice. Oh, no. No, what a shame. It's the final fence, 75-52. It looked so good to the final line there, but 4 for jumping with Italy's Lucrezia Maria Nicola. Again, that score of 4 discounted at this stage. The team stay on 25 that they carry forward from the opening round, as Germany's Annika Betz, who comes forward as the next. This is Mr. Fuchs as the partner. The team carrying a total score of 21 from that opening round. This rider jumped round for 2 rails down on the opening set. 8 jumping, and in fact 1 for time as well. That time allowed coming into play a few times in the opening round. 79 seconds is the magic number we need to stay under. And again, the double of this time, in fact, it's the first part of the double at 5A that falls. That parallel coming in. And another one coming out of that tricky little S-bend down the long side of the arena here. Pops the last there with Germany's Annika Betz and Mr. Fuchs finishing up on a score of 8 for that combination. Sneaks inside the time, but it's the same score as the previous round, 8 for jumping. Again, at this stage, becomes discounted and the teams stay on a score of 21. But as we continue through this second round, things will become a little bit more clear.
Here is Gaffney and Marie-Christine
Just starting to build a little bit of pressure on the remaining riders within the team if they want to keep that score down. So we turn our attention to the home team now, and Marie-Christine Sebasta, who comes forward with this one. It is Gaffney, the Austrian rides, coming forward here. This combination finished up on a score of 12 in the opening round. The total score for the team was 16. At the moment, of course, in second place overall in the team game, but there's plenty of room for things to change as we move through this second round of competition for the Young Rider Nations Cup here at Lamprechtshausen. Little rattle coming in. Again, they've got to be so careful on the balance of the horse as they come down that little tricky S-bend. Going okay so far for Austria's Marie-Christine Sebasta. Safely through the combination. Yes, they are. Gaffney jumping carefully so far. 61 seconds on the clock as they clear over fence number 10. We're 2 from home here. No danger of time penalties either. This is very good indeed, and gives the Austrian team a huge opportunity here in the second round. The home team showing their form and finishing up on the 0 score with Marie Sebasta and with Gaffney. Great Britain. Gives them a great chance in this second round as we turn our attention to the current leaders then. Ava Vernon, it is Volney de Choc Z that comes forward. The team finishing up on a score of 4. Those 4 penalties coming from, in fact, Ava Vernon's opening round. We'll see them in just a moment's time. So this is the final of the first rides in this second round for Great Britain. Then Ava Vernon and Volney de Choc Z is the partner. First fence falls, I'm afraid. Again, first fence nerves perhaps. It is the British team's lead to lose, in fact, at the moment. Oh, problems into that combination there, and the hand goes up. Ava is offering her surrender. In fact, she retires, and that opens the scoring in a very interesting way for the second round here. We hope everything's okay, of course, with horse and with rider. I'm sure it's just a matter of saving the horse for another day. But retiring now, Great Britain's Ava Vernon. So what does that mean at this stage? Well, it means that all the remaining rides from Great Britain will count. There's no opportunity for a drop score anymore. The retirement becomes the drop, and it's got to be pretty clean from the rest of the team. The pressure is on, but we turn our attention, in fact, to Hungary. In fact, they are coming forward. There's been a swap around and a change to the order. It is Lauren Lucas who comes forward with Edward Zed. And again, in fact, that's the explanation, a 3-ride team, so they take no part in the opening round, just in rounds 2, 3 and 4, or rides 2, 3 and 4, in fact. The Hungarian team carrying that score of 29 from round number 1. Well, problems coming into the line there, the triple bar that falls, and it's the front rail, which is unusual on that sort of obstacle. You usually find, if anything, it's the back rail as the horses stretch, but just a uncharacteristic error from the pairing here for Lauren Lucas and with Edward Zed, and the plank falls to follow as well. We're carrying 8 at this stage for the Hungarian team. This could just tick over that time allowed as well. 79 seconds, the time allowed, 79.08. So it is going to be 8 for jumping and 1 for time with Hungary's Lauren Lucas and Edward Zed. And again, no drop score for the 3-ride team, takes them up to 38 as we turn our attention back to Switzerland now. Lucy Barbaro who comes forward with Dolly Buster 4. First ride for the team in this second round, picking up a score of 4. The team has a total of 28 at this stage. And again, it's that triple bar, the back rail this time, of course, the more typical rail to fall on that sort of element. Well recovered, did well to stay in the saddle. Horse seeing something it doesn't like about the viaduct wall there. You can see a big commanding fence, but horse is often not respecting it too much with the heavy looking obstacle. It's not so though. Takes absolutely nothing to bring that down, and that will bring the round to a close with Switzerland's Lucy Barbaro and Dolly Buster. Elimination with the second disobedience on track. So that becomes the drop score for Switzerland. And their score jumps up to 32 at this stage with 2 rides gone. We turn our attention back to Italy and Mila Luciani Polizzi, who comes forward now. JB Van Doornhaag is the ride. Italy currently sitting on the score of 25, but no, not the start that they'll want to the round. It is the sliding stop there. The fence demolished, so it's 4 for the refusal. There's also a 6-second time penalty added in for the interrupted round, and again, that could make a huge difference in this one. The time penalty is almost unavoidable at this stage, and the rider's got to regroup from the very early stages to just hopefully get horse and rider safely home. That's a awful lot of pressure on young shoulders, but they find the fence well on the second attempt. It's a long way home at this stage. Our final fence goes also. What a real shame. She'll be disappointed with that, but in fairness, it takes a lot of effort to come back from a sticky start like that one and finish the round, so all credit to the rider regrouping well to just get the job done. The total of 13 there for Italy.
Germany.
So that becoming the drop score for the Italian team, taking their total up to 29 at this stage, as Tabea Markgraf makes a start with Camilla Cabello. And the first fence falls for this combination as well. It's always a long way home when the first fence falls. The German team carrying a 21 score at this stage, sitting in third place at the end of the first round of jumping. Another rail falls coming into the double at 5.
You took me to your rented motor car and filmed me on the bonnet. You got me to hitch my knees up and pulled my legs apart. You took an Instamatic camera and pulled my sleeves around my heart. Because you're gorgeous, I'd do anything for you. Because you're gorgeous, I know you'll get me through. You said my clothes were sexy. You tore away my
12 per
Well, a total of 12 for jumping with Germany's Tabea Markgraf and Camilla Cabello, 76-69. And again, that will be the discount score now, bringing Germany's score up to 29. Carla Vanko now for the home team for Austria. This is Schkelly that comes forward as the partner. The Austrian team currently sitting in second place. Their first rider getting the work done and jumping round clear all the way to put them, or keep the dream alive, should we say. The score difference of 12 penalties between first and second, but it's not insurmountable at this stage, particularly with the start for the British team in this second round. The home team just need to try and keep the score to a minimum, but it's a costly line there from 4 to 5-8. It is all of a sudden an 8-fault score for Carla. Again, part of the problem here with the line from 6 to 7 especially, a lot of riders are riding it as a straight line shortens the distance instead of riding the natural curve that's been built into the course, and that's where they're finding themselves a little too close to the front rail. But the wheels starting to fall off here for Carla and Skelly, up to 24 at this stage. Now at the moment that won't alter the standings, as the first rider for the team jumped clear, so this will become the drop score for Austria on 24. Yes, it is. And a little bit of time, 2 for time 26 is the final score. We get rid of that from the equation though, and Austria stay on 16 with 2 rides gone.
Golia next to go. First round he was clear, and Red Morgan.
Red Morgan will be the next. Golia now. This the second ride for the British team in this second round. He jumped a great clear in the opener, one of just 2 riders in the British team, or 4 riders overall to do so. They've been a really strong partnership across the years, this pairing. Can they produce the goods for the team here in Lamprechtshausen? Great Britain need a clear to keep themselves firmly in the top spot. Just got a little bit too close to that triple bar, but a little push between that and the plank to keep everything in place. Good reactive riding from Red Morgan there. Up and in and out of the double. You see there, he just rode the nice curves rather than trying to take it straight as if it's a straight line distance, and just they met the fence so much nicer than the previous ride, who just rode a straight line between the two. A little bit of work still to do. That final fence has caused a couple of problems. The horse balloons over the water. It's up over the last as well. They stop the clock inside the time, and it's a real strong performance from Great Britain's Red Morgan and Golia, jumping double clear here in Lamprechtshausen to keep the team hope alive. 76, 78 and clear all the way. So the British team on a score of 4 after 2 rides. In second place it's Austria with 16. Equal third, in fact, on a score of 29 is Italy and Germany at this stage. But we turn our attention to the Hungarian team once again. Hamanta B will be the partner. Again, Hungary on a score of 38 at this stage. This is the final ride for them, having, in fact, the second ride for them, having just 3 in the team. They skipped out the first round. See the shadows starting to form as the evening sun sets. This arena at Lamprechtshausen under floodlights when it's needed. And you can see them coming into play here tonight, which may also influence the scoring. Going really, really well for this pairing so far, though. 2 fences from home, 1 now, in fact, for Anna Simiska, and for Hamanta B. They jump the clear, 78-71, so it sneaks inside that time allowed as well. Really great effort from the Hungarian rider. keeping the team on that score of 38 at this stage. She's done the absolute best she can. A huge improvement on the 13 scored in round number 1 for that pairing. And we turn our attention to Switzerland, who join us as the next. Michelle Harb and Leighton van Quinta comes forward as the partner this time. First rider for Switzerland picking up a 4 score, adding to that total at this stage. So finishing up on 8 there for Switzerland's Michelle Harb, and with Leighton van Quinta.
Imi Santos by Emilion and Giorgio Bilotta, Italy.
So the score of 8 takes Switzerland up to a total of 40 at this stage, as we turn our attention to Giorgio Bilotta. Imi Santos now for Italy. Not the first one that's taken up the back rail of the opening elements of the double at 5. Riding the curve nicely, though, to meet fence 7 really, really well. And again, this the third ride for the Italian team. Giorgio Bilotta jumping round for just 4 at this stage. He speaks too soon. We're up to 8, in fact. As things stand, that'll take the Italian team up to a total of 37. And we're into time as well. In fact, it's going to be issues at the final fence. 18, in fact, the final score. 12 for jumping and 6 for time. So the drop score for Italy becomes that 18 and the final score of 42 with 3 rides gone. We turn our attention to Germany now. It is Julian Holzmann who comes forward. Iberia 30 is the partner. Had a little bit of a rough time of it in the opening round. Was going well in the opening stages, but finished up on a score of 12. They'll be looking to regroup and improve on that going into this second round. Germany's total score at this stage on 29 currently sits them in third place, and will stay there, in fact, if this one jumps clear. Now, just little problems coming in and out of that double, maybe a little bit too long coming in, clips the back rail of the A element and takes out the second part as well, just for good measure. Real costly line. You'll be disappointed with that. One fence from home. Can they stay on just the 8? Yes, they can. 8 for jumping, 74-26. It is 8 there with Germany taking their final score to 37 with 3 rides gone. Back to the home team. Elizabeth Knaus, who comes forward. Cancun 18 now. Austria currently sitting in second. They could do with a clear score here to keep them in strong contention. Again, there is still room to change at the top end of the leaderboard in this one. No guarantees on the top 3 at this stage. That won't help things though. Neither will the crossing of tracks after. The plank comes down and we've got a little circle as well. 8 is the score with Elizabeth at this stage. We've got a little bit of a margin before they have to start worrying about Germany in third. But again, still one more ride to come. And of course, with the circle along the way, we're into time here, and 13 will be the final score. 8 jumping, 5 for time, which takes Italy up to 42 points at this stage. 29, as the arena announcer has just stated. There could be a slight confusion there. We'll check up on that one and come back to you, but we turn our attention to Great Britain's Sophia Kelly now. Rio Bravo Z will be away in just a moment's time. And again, Great Britain just holding that score of 4, but with one rider retired from this final round. All 3 scores of the remaining rides will count. Sophia comes forward here with Rio Z. Early problems here for Sophia, and again, this is where it could all start to change. The confirmed score for Austria of 29 at this stage with 3 rides gone. And at this stage, we're adding to the British score, 8 so far, and it will be time as well. 12, in fact, at this stage with Sophia. It takes Great Britain up to 16 penalties at this stage. Still, they've got a little bit of a margin, but with one ride still to come, it's all still to play for, and the door left open with another 4 to add. Not going the way of Sophia Kelly in the twilight of Lamprechtshausen. And into time, so racking up those time penalties as well. And clear the last. They stopped the clock, 89.52, so it's going to be 11 for time to add. And that will take the British team up to a score of 31. It is still in the lead, but that margin hugely slashed with another ride to come from each of our teams.
Great Britain 31. Hammer is now going the last for Hungary. She was clear in the first round. Leah Centini.
Leah Centini who comes forward now. This is Hamor for the Hungarian team here in Lamprechtshausen. Again, they sit on the score of 38, and this the final ride for them. Finishes up on 12 there, 12 for Leah and for Hamor, and the Hungarian team's final score then at the end of round number 2 will be 50. Confirmation on those scores from Austria and from Great Britain. It is in fact Austria that lead the way, 29 points for them, and Great Britain on that score of 31. So we see just how quickly things can change here for our Nations Cup as we turn our attention to the final rides. Then it is Tiziana Baumann who comes forward for Switzerland now. SD Chamaco. And again, you can see the challenging conditions that are brought in by the floodlights now. You can see the horses reacting slightly differently to the fences and the shadows. It does catch their eyes, but that is part of the sport, I'm afraid. The atmospheric conditions coming into play here as we look into the final stages of this Young Rider Nations Cup. The rail coming down, coming out of the double there with Tiziana Baumann. So Switzerland on a score of 40 coming into this final ride, now up to 44 in fact. Sitting in 5th place. They need to keep it clean from here. They may just have the opportunity to climb 1 or 2 places up that table. It's going to be time as well, though. Maybe a couple from the clock. 2 it is, and a total of 6 then for Switzerland.
And Switzerland closes the Nations Cup with 46 penalty points and takes the lead. Italy and Igor van der Hoof, Filippo.
So 46 the final score for Switzerland, as their 4 rides have now completed. Technically that does put them in the lead, but we'll see how it plays out with the final few rides. Of course, the remaining teams all with another ride to come. We turn our attention to Italy now. Filippo Jordan Pagan Grisso, who comes forward now. Igo van Vanenhof. Italy joining us on a score of 42 at this stage. If nothing gets added to that, they could finish up in 4th place, maybe even a little higher depending on how the German team finish up as well. Again, as it's always said in the show jumping ring, you're not competing against the other riders or the other teams. You are competing directly against yourself most of the time. And very true in this case. The score of 42 on the cards for the Italian team. That's gone as well, so that'll take them up to 46.
But
it is then going to be that score of 4 for the final of the Italian riders, Filippo Jordan Pegangriso, with Igor van Vanenhoff 4 faults 76-26. So 46 is the final score for Italy.
German now on the first round clear.
So that's the equal score with the Swiss team as we turn our attention to Germany now. 37 is their score at this stage. As their final ride joins us here in Lamprechtshausen, as you can see, the daylight pretty much gone. It's all floodlights at this stage. And a good crowd building around the arena to see this final few combinations take part in the Young Rider Nations Cup. So it is the turn of Louis Jobst and Chakobay. Again, a combination with some good form at the 2-star international level in the 140s and 145s. A couple of good placings recently. And a seemingly cool head on both horse and rider. Hopefully that comes into play in the latter part of this course. The tricky conditions on the way round. They ride that S-bend really nicely though. Not so much into the combination though, just slithers over that front rail and it comes crashing down. 4 is on the scorecards at the moment. So 41 the final score for the German team if all stays as is, which it doesn't, I'm afraid. That final fence has caused so many problems, and it does so here as well. So Germany finishing on 45 with the 8 score from Louis and Chakobay.
45 points. Im schlechtesten Fall drittplatziert das Team Deutschland. Dies nun.
We turn our attention to Austria then, the final ride for the home team here. It is David Moser and Chica Blue the second, or Chica Blue 2. A combination that jumped a really, really nice clear in that opening round. We've seen them perform well for the teams and indeed individually as well at Grand Prix level. They've got to keep a clear head here, keep relaxed. The score of 29 at this stage, we could very well see an Austrian win here in the Young Rider Nations Cup. A clear here would guarantee it, but no, the double goes coming in there. It's 4 to add at this stage, and it leaves the action to be decided by the final round from Great Britain. In fact, 33 on the scorecards for Austria if they stay as they are. 31 for Great Britain. We'll see how it plays out for the final rounds.
Points for Austria, David Moser.
David Moser and Chica Blue, the second, finish up on 4, finishing up on 33 points for the team, which leaves the door open just a crack. Austria lose the lead with just 1 left to go. The clear here will take Great Britain to the top of the podium. Jessica Hewlett, the last away. Ilmar H.B. The score for the team of 31, so they could even afford a time penalty, but not 2. 31 is the score. 33 is the score from Austria. A fence here would take them way out of the scoring for the top spot as well. Pressure on for Jess Hewlett and Ilmar HBC. Looking back over the shoulder, there's nothing you can do at this stage, but it stays standing. She's a good jockey under pressure, to be fair, but no, that rail falls, and it's not going to be the victory they wanted so badly. And another one, in fact, 8 there for Jess Hewlett and Ilmar HBC at the halfway stage of the round. It is going to be Austria's win on home turf here in Lamprechtshausen for the Young Rider Nations Cup. Great Britain currently second. They've got to get home safely, though, to stay there. 2 fences to go. Up and over the water, no problem there. And over the last as well. She tried so hard. It's just not her day, I'm afraid. 8 will be the final score for Jess Hewlett and for Ilmar HBC, which means Great Britain finish in the silver medal position. But it will be the FEI Young Rider Nations Cup competition that goes the way of Austria in top spot, Great Britain in second, and it is in fact confirmed Germany finishing up in third. The prize giving ceremony on its way, but our congratulations to the home team, to Austria, to take the top spot here on home soil for the Young Rider Nations Cup.
Markus, Podium weiter zurück. Herr Knoll, bitte. Stürz. Siegerehrung, meine sehr verehrten Damen und Herren, CSIO Lamprechtshausen 2023. Die Siegerehrung FEI Nations Cup Junge Reiter. Zu dieser Siegerehrung, meine sehr verehrten Damen und Herren, begrüßen wir recht herzlich unter uns einen jener Personen, die nicht nur finanziell, sondern auch mit dem Herzen hinter dem österreichischen Nachwuchsspringsport stehen und das nachhaltig über Jahre. Zum einen ist er Repräsentant unseres starken Partners, der Firma Fixkraft, der Elite-Genuss für das Pferd. Zum anderen ist er Präsidiumsmitglied des Salzburger Pferdesportverbandes. Wir begrüßen recht herzlich unter uns Herrn Berthold Kirchtag. Prize giving ceremony, ladies and gentlemen, FEI Nations Cup Young Riders. And we kindly request the riders to leave the saddle. Wir bitten abzusteigen. Am hervorragenden dritten Endrang, ein Team, das jedes Jahr zu den Besten zählt hier in Lamprechtshausen, und wir sind immer erfreut, dass wir gerade mit Ihnen eine sehr, sehr gute Nachbarschaft pflegen. Mit den Pferden Mr. Fuchs, Camilla Cabello, Iberia und Jacopet. Die Reiter Annika Wetz, Tabea Markgraf, Julian Holzmann, Luis Jobst, unter der Führung von Peter Deuven, das Team Germany. Ja, und wir bitten Jean-Jacques Matthias, unseren Präsidenten, und Herrn Bertolt Kirchtag, die Glückwünsche an das drittplatzierte Team zu überbringen. The second place in the FEI Nations Cup Young Riders, and we are very proud and very happy that the chef d'équipe has nominated such a lot of riders for these shows in all categories, and I want to thank the chef d'équipe Claire Whittaker for the work with her team. And the second place, the horses Volnide Chockset, Golia, Rio Bravo Set, Ilma HBC, and Ava Vernon, Red Morgan, Sophia Kelly, and Jessica Hewitt. Team Great Britain with the chef d'équipe Claire Whittaker. Und der Sieg, meine sehr verehrten Damen und Herren, geht an ein Team, an das am Anfang niemand glaubte, aber sie wuchsen über sich hinaus. Und gerade hier bei ihrem Heim-CSIO haben sie auch bewiesen, dass man so manchen Ausfall in seinem Team mit Siegeswillen und mit Wille hier zu bestehen wettmachen kann. Mit den Pferden Gaffney, Shirley, Cancun und Chica Blue. Und wir sind besonders stolz, sie präsentieren zu dürfen. Die Sieger Marike Silvester, Carla Banco, Elisabeth Knaus und David Moser, das Team Österreich. Mit ihrem Equipchef Christian Schranz. Und an dieser Stelle, meine sehr verehrten Damen und Herren, möchten wir im Namen des österreichischen Young Rider Nationalteams etwas bekannt geben. Und das liegt den jungen Damen und David Moser besonders am Herzen, dass speziell jener Nationenpreissieg hier heute einem unserer Freunde gewidmet wird, der heute Morgen einen zweiten Geburtstag feiern durfte. Und er ist via Klippenhaus zugeschaltet im Krankenbett. Und wir widmen den Sieg unseres Young Rider Teams unseren Matthias Eckmeier, unsere Mr. Meldestelle. Ladies and gentlemen, the Austrian Young Rider team has decided to dedicate the win of the Nations Cup to our friend Matthias Eckmeier, who is now live where clipped my horse in the hospital, the young man of our show office. And we wish him a speedy recovery. Und nun überbringt voller Stolz Bertolt Kirchtag seitens des Salzburger Pferdesportverbandes und seitens der Firma Fixkraft seine Glückwünsche an das siegreiche Team Österreich im Begleiter von Jean-Jacques Matthäus, unseren Freund und Präsidenten aus Belgien. Und an dieser Stelle, meine sehr verehrten Damen und Herren, darf ich Sie nun bitten, sich von Ihren Plätzen zu erheben. Wir ehren das heimische Team mit der Hymne unserer Heimat Österreich. Please, ladies and gentlemen, rise for the national anthem of Austria. Congratulations, Team Austria! Und wir dürfen nun die Reiter wiederum bitten, im Sattel Platz zu nehmen. Herzlichen Dank. Und wir bitten Christian Schranz mit dem Team Österreich gleich nach der Ehrenrunde zum Interview vor die Meldestelle. Team Österreich bitte im Anschluss zum Siegerinterview vor die Meldestelle. Wir bedanken uns recht herzlich bei der Firma Fixkraft für die Unterstützung des Nationenpreises und des Salzburger Pferdesportverbandes. And congratulations to the winner Austria. And now, ladies and gentlemen, give a big applause to the winner team and the teams of Great Britain and Germany at the Lap of Honor. Der winning team, Team Austria, Marie-Christine Silvester, Elisabeth Knaus, Galavanco und